Hey guys, welcome to the Command Lounge. We are a week away from Magic Origins pre-release, and I'm excited as usual. It's so much fun going pre-release. This video are just some tips for you guys. Whether you guys are new, I'm gonna go through how to set up for the pre-release. Whether you guys been going, but you guys want to make the most value out of it, like what color to pick with the most money in it. And I also have speculations on the strategies and what I think is the best color to pick at the pre-release. Now, best color to pick. Some of you guys want to win packs, and that's understandable. Everybody wants to win packs, but at the same time, it's less competitive when you go to a pre-release. When I go, I pick. Don't pick a color just because you think it's gonna do good. If you guys saw my last video on the pre-release, you guys would know what I'm talking about. Pick the color that you like. Pick the cards that you want to play with. Pick the cards that look fun. Pick that color for those reasons. Those reasons alone. Now, with me, that's not the case because I wanted to pick red so bad, red is very underwhelming to me. There's a little bit of bombs. Removal's awesome. Removal's crazy in red. It's fantastic. But there's a lot that I don't like about it, and it doesn't seem as fast. And there's one menace creature in red. Did you guys notice that? Like, menace seemed like the red's thing. There's only one menace in that. Like, I really wanted to play red and try to curve out menace, which is understandable. It's kind of broken. Like, I could see them leaving gaps in the mana cost for it. Like, you can't curve out menace. It's absolutely broken, I think, if you do that. But yeah, it's I did not like red, so I've been all over the place. I got excited with white when I saw those little spirit kids. I forgot what they're called, and then Gideon was spoiled, and I was like, holy Jesus, man! Not only does this seem like a good set to play, a good color to pick, but it seems like it's got some value in it, and white does have value in it. And then I was thinking about blue also, just because the flyers are really good and the bombs can be really good. Removal's not fantastic. I mean, you want to counter at the right time, and you got that one enchantment that taps down the claustrophobia or whatever it's called. That's pretty good. But I think I'm gonna be picking green. And yeah, this is a lot of back and forth. Like, I thought today went from blue. I was looking into blue, going, oh, I can play blue, and then I looked at green. I was like, well, green seems pretty good. And you guys know me. I usually play a lot of green-red decks, and I've been playing my Fight Club Commander deck. It's pretty sweet. So I think I might go the green Stompy route. And also, I think it may be the best pick because I think it tackles all the different archetypes. You got that one drop. What is it called? Aerial Volley. Aerial Volley's gonna be. It's not gonna be a sideboard card. You're definitely putting one in the main board. It's the card that deals 3 damage split apart as you choose between 1, 2, or 3 flying creatures, and that card's gonna do work with Thopters. It's nuts. It's awesome. Another reason why green is really 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 good is because they have they got naturalized on the stick people, which that means you got creatures that destroy artifacts and enchantments. And enchantments are going to be a thing in the set. It's going to do work. And artifacts, that's Thopters. That's screaming Thopters. You got people that are going to be going hard on artifacts trying to make that Thopter deck work. Getting the synergy right. I think Thopters are going to be unstoppable. But it's one of those dream scenarios where you get everything just right to make Thopters really good. And that's going to be blue-red Thopters. I'll get into that in a second. But yeah. So we'll go through the different archetypes that I found in the set that seems pretty good. So for the people playing blue or white and they end up going into blue-white, blue-white flyers. Yeah, makes sense. That one blue-white card basically just gives you guys a heads up with it. The white flyers are amazing. The blue flyers are incredible. Not crazy amounts of answers. Like, you got some removal in it, but it's not crazy removal. But once again, it's tempo. It's just getting a tempo, and I think the flyers by themselves can almost make it like a yeah, I can't answer all this. It starts getting whatever it's called. Unless you wrath it, it starts getting too much to deal with. Then we got green white renowned or green white weenies. Renowned is really good. There's a white card, a flying card that the bird gets 1/1 for each creature with a +1/+1 counter on it, and that's when you just want to jam all renowns in there. And then you got the green, the 4/4 trampling, Rhino Renown, whatever his name is. He's really good. I think he's crazy. Like, I just love the art. I love that card. So weenies, you can go the elf route kind of with green white and go the little flyers route. And then there's a lot of ways you can kind of anthem them up and do work in red, white, and with artifacts. There's ways you can kind of give them like almost an anthem effect, which is really good. And then for green, black, we have elves or control. Elves is going to be a little more, you got to get really lucky to get into elves, I think. But it's going to be more the control route that's going to do it. So it seems good. Then we have black, blue, control bomb, I call it, because it's a lot of removal, a lot of countering, and then it's going to go into, then you're going to play your biggest spell, kind of, and just hope it holds up. That's what black, blue is going to do. Then I go red, black. We got red, black, aggro. A lot of kind of tempo and getting creatures out real fast, then, you know, killing stuff. And there's also kind of like a sub-theme to black, red, if you're lucky you get into, which is kind of the threatened sack outlet kind of thing, what I call it. That's when you use a threaten effect to take control of a creature, and then you sack it to one of your, you know, your black creature's abilities, or, you know, you got your red, black sacking guy. There's a lot of ways you can steal, you know, you can steal their bomb. And then use it on them, and then sack it afterwards and do one day. Like it's fun. I think that's fun when you can do something like that. But you got to get kind of lucky because I think there's only 2 threaten effects in deck, and I think one of them is actually threaten, or no, it's active treason. Never mind. And then we have black white, which can also be tempo flyers, but I noticed there's really good enchant synergies with it too. You know, you got the actual white and black card that's synergistic with enchantments. And you also have that black card. I forgot what it's called, but it's whenever an enchantment comes into play, target creatures get -2/-2. That could go insane. Like that's pretty good. But yeah, if you get set up just right in black white, enchantments can do work. Then we have green red. I just think it's big dumb things control. I call it. I don't really like red, and green's good. Green's a great color. Like I told you, I already explained why green's really good. Like it almost answers everything. That's what green does. You know, it's definitely against the archetypes that are coming in with enchantments and ornithopters. I mean, not ornithopters, thopters and everything, artifacts. I think it's really good. But I mean, green, red, I mean, there's a lot of good big cards. Like, there's a couple good big cards in red. There's more in green. But, I mean, it's kind of a control deck, I guess. Like, all the removal's going to be... The only reason why red's going to be in this green-red build is because of the removal. I mean, yeah, you got a couple big dummies, but it's mainly going to be for the removal in green, because green needs help with more removal. Like, yeah, it's got fight, and it's got the aerial thing that's going to be good with flyers, but other than that, it's not... You're going to need help with red. I mean, I think that's the only way I'm going to go red, is if that, or if my green's just terrible, and, you know, I go blue-red Thopter or something like that. Alright, so the next one we have is the blue-red Thopter one. It's basically, it's blue-red aggro, blue-red Thopter artifact synergy. So, there's a lot of ways to make Thopters in blue and red, and there's a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of good artifacts, if you guys notice. There's like the 2/1 that can't attack alone. That's really good, actually, in an aggressive build. That'd be really good in your blue-red kind of Thopter artifact build. Just, you know, Pi or PA or whatever his name is, you know, him, and there's just so many ways to make Thopters and stuff and get good artifacts. There's a lot of good stuff with that. So yeah, I think that's going to be the funnest build. That's going to be one of those, besides the elves, the black, green elves, that's going to be one of those things that it's going to be crazy in draft. Like, that's going to be like the dream draft. Like, oh, did I get there to make elves, or did I get there to make blue-red Thopter? That's pretty cool with that. But then we go blue-green. Blue-green's, I called it control, try to answer everything, just because green's already got a lot of good ways to answer, like, every problem. And blue also goes, okay, well, you know, even if you can't answer every problem, I'm going to counter this problem, or I'm going to, you know, lock them down with claustrophobia. So I think it's pretty good. I think, you know, I wouldn't mind going blue-green. I mean, I'm picking green. I don't really care which one, whatever I get with green, as long as it's just removal. That's all I'm looking for when I pick green. Like, the second color that's going into my sealed deck, it's gonna be it's gonna have to be really removal heavy. So, and then we have red white aggro, of course. That's your kind of that would be a backup build. I really don't think it's too. I mean, it's good. I mean, if you get the white flyers just right and the red removal just right, it's a great backup. And then the last one I have is, I know you can do other mono colors, most of them like either control or aggro, but mono white, called I tap that, because there's a lot of tap effects. And I've actually built in the first Modern Masters, I built a black white. I called it I Tapped That deck, and it was actually pretty good. And I think this is going to be pretty good too, because white doesn't have too much removal, but it has a lot of tapping control with creatures, and it's going to be interesting to see how good white is with just tapping. Even though it can't answer it completely, like you can lock down somebody's board like with all these tap effects. You can tap multiple creatures during combat steps, which is kind of scary, especially if you get the rare tapper, which can tap, you know, for as much white as you have. It's ridiculous. Alright, so now these are for the beginners. This is what I usually bring to the pre-release. If you guys don't know, if there's not a place to buy food there, bring your own food, because you're going to be there all day. It's going to be like anywhere from a 6 to 9 hour day probably there. And that's, that's like a work day, Some people work longer than that, but that's a work day to some people. And then we have, before going in there, make sure you eat a good breakfast, because, there's going to be a lot of thinking going on. I always go home with a headache. That's just what happens, because I'm not used to playing all day like that. And then we have bring dice or paper and pen so you can keep track of your scores. I think that's very, very good to do. It's good. It's just good to keep track of, you don't want somebody keeping track of life for you, because then you feel like you're burdening them, and then you gotta keep track, keep asking them what's going on. But some people, they'll have those little things where you guys could, where we bring out the phone and you guys can take turns doing the life thing. And then also bring sleeves, protect your cards, especially if they're really good cards, especially if you're going, picking blue or white and you open something crazy. Like in the white, there is the big ones that I like is the hollowed, Hollowed Moonlight. That's going to be a crazy sideboard card. And then you got Vern Wingmare. I think that's going to be worth something. And it's actually cheap right now, I think. And then in blue, you got Days Undoing and Harbinger of Tides. Those are the main ways. So guys, if you guys are picking just to try to open up money, white and blue are perfect. And no matter what, if you open a Planeswalker, you got money. I take that straight up to the front. I usually sell that straight for store credit or trade it right away if somebody wants to trade it. And pretty much any mythic is going to hold value in the beginning too. Now the white mythic angel, she is worth I believe $20 right now, and that's something I'd probably sell right away. But I wouldn't though, because I'm actually thinking about if I open her, putting her in my in my commander deck, my Angel Aurelia deck. Yeah, so sorry, I was supposed to do that earlier, but I forgot about that, so I'm doing it now. So yeah, sorry, bring dice and paper so you can keep track. Sleeves protect your cards at the pre-release, and bring your trade binder if you have one, because most of my trades are done at the pre-release usually, because you're going to be there for all day pretty much, and in between matches, you're not always going to be playing with somebody else or keep playing the same match or something. Sometimes someone's going to want to trade with you. So yeah, and I usually, another reason why I love pre-release is because I usually get in Commander gameplay there, and it's always good to go in at least an hour or two earlier if your store is open, your local game store is open to play, because it's just fun playing Commander. There's usually someone there just waiting to play Commander before tournaments pop off. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know if this helped you guys in any ways afterwards or right now. So because I went over, the people that want to open up value, pick blue, pick white. That's a good way to open up valuable cards. Spikes, I think you guys should pick green. I think green's the best color to pick. I mean, I'm not a complete spiky player. Unfortunately, red just sucks. I really don't like red. I love the removal. Everything else is just like, There's like 2 or 3 creatures. I'm like, okay, that's kind of fun. But, it was either between blue or green. If I was trying to open up value, I was thinking about maybe blue being good or white. But I'm going to go green. We're going to see how green does for me. It's just the cards. The spiders are really good. The spiders are a thing. Okay, you guys, if you guys don't play green, you're going to run into spiders. And you're going to be so annoyed. It's going to be like Hearthstone, Annoyatron, all over again. It's going to be annoying. And then I went over, what I picked to play, the archetypes. Let me know what you guys think of the archetypes. If you guys think I might have been wrong on one, or if it helped you in any ways. And, yeah. And, I'll let you guys, if it helped you guys for pre-release, just let me know if this video helped at all. Let me know what you guys are excited about, what you guys hoping to open, if it's your first time, what you're expecting, all that. Just let me know what you guys think. Like, favorite, and subscribe. You guys have a good day, and bobble bobble. Take it easy.